Hello everyone. In this video I'd just like to address the misconceptions around my toolkit. Firstly, I'll just run the toolkit and I'll log on. Okay, so the first misconception I'd like to address is that the toolkit sends clicks to the Runescape screen. This is a big worry, especially for people who believe this will get them banned from macroing. I'd like to state that this program does not send any clicks to the Runescape screen. In fact, the only click it sends is a hook, which I'll explain now. Think of a hook like a queue of mouse messages. If I click on, for example, here, I'm clicking on the RuneScape client. Instead of clicking on the desktop, it sends a click to the RuneScape client because it's the dominant window. The only way I use that is so that when you click on this button here, instead of clicking on the RuneScape screen, it actually sends the click to my interface. So that's the first misconception done. The second misconception is that this actually hacks into the RuneScape applet and captures the data sent, for example, the chat log. So, where's a good example? If I drop a couple of these things here and right click on them, you can see the prices of them, and it can read the actual text on here. Now, people think that I'm actually hacking into the applet to do this, but I'm not actually doing that. I actually use advanced image analysis techniques, which read each of these letters and they search through a library to match it to the letter in the library. So it knows what each of these letters looks like. Furthermore, for example, if I click here, record this chat here, let's end the recording. Let's go into my bubble. Okay, you see that just there? Oh, not that one. This one just here. Oh, that's what I just typed. Now, I don't actually hack into the applet to get that. All I actually do is I read through each of these characters here, line by line. I get each pixel there, and I match it to a character in my database. So I don't actually have to hack into the RuneScape applet to read this. Okay, so the third misconception is that the toolkit actually hijacks the client by drawing on top of it. So I'm just going to prove how I actually do this. So I'll log in again. I've modified this a bit. So what you actually see here is the actual windows. The way it actually draws these interfaces is by creating transparent windows over top of the screen. So, for example, my Internet Explorer is a window right here. It just creates a transparent form of that and draws it over the RuneScape screen. Now, this is repositioned in real time, so if I move it around like this, as you see there, it actually repositions with the screen because it knows where the location of the applet is. So, I'd also like to say that the interface is then drawn onto these transparent windows. So this graphic's actually drawn straight on. I've taken off all the control boxes, all the menu boxes. So effectively, it looks like it's being drawn directly to the RuneScape screen. So I don't actually have to hijack the client to achieve this effect, as you see. Finally, I'd like to say that this is not a keylogger. Many people believe that because I create a toolkit which runs on top of the RuneScape screen, it must be a keylogger. And because it records chat, it must be a keylogger. But I can tell you it is not a keylogger. The work I've spent on this toolkit is evident through the amount of features in it. And you don't even need to log in before you can use it. So I don't know why I would even think of stealing your password and your username when I'm going to get profit from it in other ways. So I'd like to conclude this video and say, you better try the toolkit for these reasons. It is not a scam, it is a proper working toolkit.